Oh, where's the stream?
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Greetings, everyone.
Welcome to.
Look at that. What's happening? Greetings,
All right.
everyone. Welcome to. What's happening?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, little technical difficulties right off the bat, but it looks like we're good to go. We're down a person. I think we'll probably get Mando Merc in here pretty quick, but I'm going to go ahead and turn over host duties to Angela Straven.
We'll probably get Mando Merc in.
All right. Welcome to Four Guys Talk Gaming.
All right. Welcome to.
Who's echoing? Is that me?
No, I think it's fixed now.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Four Guys Talking Gaming. Let me introduce you to the panel. Culture Casino and then Kai. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Culture Casino. I have a small YouTube channel. Well, it's growing every day thanks to viewers like you. I talk pulp culture, entertainment, the occasional news items, not very much of that. I try to avoid politics on my main channel. And of course, I talk about gaming, which I absolutely love. So feel free to stop over there, throw a subscription down, and check out some of my content because I've got quite a bit now.
No, I'm not muted anymore. Hey, I guess I'll just pick it right back up without prompt. Hello, everybody. I'm Kai. I make fun stuff. Sorry about the echo. Turns out that was me. I had the video open in 2 tabs and it was muted in 1. So I muted myself to test if that was me, and it totally was. Sorry about that. I run a trivia board game every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. It's a lot of fun. Draven was actually on.
Oh, it is fun.
Last week.
Yes. It was great.
We ran a little long, but it was a blast. I'm actually making a lot of changes to the game this week based on feedback and my observations. So it should be a good time.
That's good. Well, I figured we'd go over the CyberPunk stuff and what they announced today with the the City Night Wire.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
yeah, the Night Wire. Yeah, the Night Wire first.
Were on that.
Yeah, the Night Wire first episode was really cool, and of course now this is going to be episodic, which we didn't know. I don't think, at least I didn't know until today. They showed us a bunch of really, they showed us a bunch of really great gameplay. I thought we got a chance to see basically an opening segment or a tutorial at the beginning. It gave us an inkling of some of the things you'll be able to do as a Netzian in this environment, which is fantastic. You know, with all the character customization and everything else, it was nice to see not just, gameplay, but actually what you're going to experience when you're first starting to learn, to play the game. So I thought that was some really cool, elements. Plus they showed you how you can get, go into a surgical ripper and get, augmented. I thought that was cool too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now I know Kai's an artist, so he probably had a more artistic takeaway from it than I would have. But what'd you think, Kai?
I thought it looked cool. I like how the tutorial isn't just some BS tutorial. Like it tells a story too, and like it introduces you kind of to the psychology of what you're gonna be, of the culture of the world that you're looking at. So that was really nice. I appreciated that. So I expect the game to be very well thought out and very detailed if the tutorial is of that caliber.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it definitely looks good, and the customization and everything, like that startup thing where you get to pick your class, I guess you could say, which isn't really there aren't really necessarily classes, I guess you could say, to the game, but you get to pick like your whole like background and all that stuff, and then it affects everything going forward. So
yeah, that's
yeah, and
cool.
I think being able to choose, one of those 3 backstories, I think is what I'm taking away from that. I think that's going to be amazing, but I think they're gonna offer more, because when they go to add, multiplayer and other things to this, which I'm sure is coming in the future, in addition to the downloadable content and everything else. I mean, I imagine they'll expand. That'll be broader. I think this is going to be along the lines of like a Grand Theft Auto 5, where I think this is a game and a community that can stay together for a long, long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I think what I noticed also during that preview, or whatever you want to call it, the first episode of this kind of a mini series, I guess is what you would call it, was that they were talking to us about a future projects as well. So I guess they've been secretly partnering with Netflix, so to make something.
Yeah, that anime
looks really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Edge Runner, the Edge Runner anime looks really good, or sounds really good. And then they also went over Brain Dance, which is like a recording thing in the game, where you can like switch between audio files and like investigate like what's going on with like different people's memories and stuff to, I guess, get information about them, which looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an element of deep gameplay that is going to be incorporated. I'm really pumped. I've been excited for this game since it was leaked, like that this was coming. So and with the quality of The Witcher 3 and all of the DLC that came along with it, I don't know how you couldn't be more excited for a game. I mean, it's definitely gonna make all of the sequel games that we've seen recently, like Borderlands and Fallout 76 and almost everything that's come along, look really bad. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that! Kai's got art. Look at that.
Oh, nice. There we go.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like when I get the game, like I'm not even sure what I want to do, like with what they've shown. Like normally I run like a dude, like when I play a game, but the female model, that because like they had like an hour like pre-show thing for IGN's thing, and they showed like the first run through as a character, and I was watching that again, and I'm kind of interested in playing as a female. So
I have friends that only play as females when they play games.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm a dude all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
They play games, they're chicks.
Yeah, their thing is, if I'm gonna be playing hours of a game, I want to have something good to look at. So
there's that too. But like, when you're in first person, that doesn't factor in.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, the quality of a game, especially when it comes to multiplayer, is always defined by the campaign that you get to play. And so, since we're being introduced directly to a campaign without any thoughts about what the multiplayer might look like, I think that's telling. I think it is, and I'm excited for many reasons. There's there are aspects to every decision that you make in this game, similar to like a Mass Effect, having repercussions later on. So I think everybody will have a different experience when they play the game.
Oh yeah, definitely be multiple playthroughs just to see what you can do and all that stuff.
Yeah, and unlike most, I'm probably playing as a female character because I do that on games. Skyrim, you name it. Yeah.
Hey,
got Mando Merc here.
Yeah, sorry, I lost track of time. I was doing something. Sorry.
No worries.
I did the same thing. I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then I was like, yeah, that was dope. Oh shit! And I started scrambling.
Yeah, no, I was rewatching that CyberPunk trailer like for the 10th time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that. So, what were your initial impressions there? What did you think, Mando?
It was full. It's just refreshing. Also, I've been waiting for news for a while. I knew this was happening, so it's great to actually get my virtual hands on some new content and seeing, because I know a bit of the story, of Cyberpunk 2077, and I mean, I don't know. I might even say some spoilers inadvertently, so I'm gonna try not to. But it was cool to see confirmation from some of the stuff that I heard, as well as for example, they said all that is from the just the prologue, which confirmed a lot of what I know already, and that was just awesome. Plus, also seeing that they were making an anime, and you can tell they want these are guys that grew up with cyberpunk stuff. Okay, so they're experts in it because I know when I was a teen, I was loving this stuff, and and also seeing all the new gangs and everything, because I'm just so invested in this world so far.
Yeah, I think they're shooting for something very, very long term. And we were just talking. I think this is going to be years and years of content, especially with the unspecified multiplayer on the horizon. So
Yeah.
They're establishing a franchise for sure. They're like, this is the long game right here. That's why it's got so much quality behind it, because they're not they ain't playing around. They're going.
No, to quote one of the devs, I'm not going to say the exact quote, but the dev said, and I'm quoting him here, "We don't f around," which was about the character customization news about a month back. But
I'm just glad that what they're showing is just the prelogue and not any of the main game.
Well, they
which
did
is
show
great
some,
because then it
they
doesn't
did show some of the
spoil.
main game a few months back.
All
Back, they showed pretty much any clip you see with Keanu Reeves, that's the main game.
Okay.
And if I say anything more, I feel like I'm going to say spoilers, so I'm going to try not to.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. What I know about it either. Most of the stuff that I've seen, though, the cutscene stuff is going to be amazing. Your interactions with the NPCs are going to be solid. The animations, every time I see something new, a new video clip or whatever, it's much cleaner. And the depth. See, this is the other cool thing. Since this is going to be a game that can easily go from one generation of console to the next with, obviously substantial improvements.
Well, it was never designed to be specifically for the next gen. It was because back when they first started making it was 2013. So
I know.
Well, that was pre-production. It really didn't start development until early as 2014. Excuse me, 2014. But at that point, 2014 is when the PS4 and Xbox One just launched. So they knew it was going to be for those consoles. But now we have the next gen coming this holiday season. So
I know, and I'm here's the thing. I'm going to say the words. I'm so pissed off at Sony right now, but at the same time, I just, based on the available content for when the new next generation of console comes out, the PS5 is going to win, not because it's got better hardware, but because you're going to have so much more content out the door. So, not to mention the shenanigans that Microsoft just pulled with the stupid streaming thing. Yeah, Mixer. No, the Mixer thing that just happened.
Oh,
I think that
was,
where they've merged it with Facebook Gaming, which until I didn't know was a thing until I heard that news. So that's kind of funny, but I don't keep
What do you guys think about that? Actually, I have a friend who streams on Mixer, and she loves it. She loves the platform. She loves it. And it really sucks to lose a platform that you love, that you actually enjoy being on and interacting with.
Oh, totally. And it goes to say with anything really. You lose something you love. It sucks. But
I never really used Mixer, so I don't know. But
yeah, I think Angelus is right. I mean, there wasn't the same kind of numbers of people using it like you would on Twitch. I mean, I think everybody lives on Twitch from time to time, but I try
to avoid Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
I will watch some of the guys within the community, but other than that, I try to avoid it because of the whole thought thing and people they don't use the platform.
There's more guys like me just regular guys playing games and stuff where you don't even see their face, then there are those people. It's just they're so loud and there's so much news about them that people get the general idea of Twitch that's it. But it's not. It's really just a bunch of people playing games.
And if you want the platform to change, you should support the content that you like.
Oh yeah.
So
That's true.
I
doesn't help.
Twitch and then uploaded everything to YouTube later. So.
Yeah, and I like I said, I mean, well, of course that was a huge aside. We just went off on a tangent like we always do. But the game, this game is going to be unique in that you're going to be able to multi-platform, play with people when you get to the multiplayer aspects of it. So I think that's going to be kind of cool too. So
right,
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I don't know what that would even be, because since all I know about is the brain thingy. Like, do you do crime yourself? Like, do you
No, okay, so when you create your character, you're going to have a choice. Like, you're not going to be able to be a cop as far as I'm aware, but you can. I assume you can work for them just as you can work for the criminals. But you create a character. You get to be like a street kid, or you can be like a net runner and stuff like that. So you have your option of how you want to start the game, and you're essentially a mercenary throughout the entire game, from what I know. So that's why they say, like, as a mercenary, you're going to be making good use of this, because it probably helps you for, like, if you're tracking down someone, you can use it to help track down. Think of it as like using your detective vision in Batman to solve whatever case it was you had to solve in part of the game, except a bit more free.
Yeah, I guess that's the brain dance element that we're talking about, is that that one of those things. But I think it's going to be really cool that that's just one of the things that you're going to be utilizing to solve some of these problems that are going to be thrown at you.
Yep.
But like we were talking about the 3 different backstories that we know so far. I think like I said, I'm going to play a female version of Samurai, so I'm going to have a good time.
I might play as. Well, here's the thing. I might play as a female character only just because I don't feel like in the character customization having to stare at guys' junk when I'm customizing my character. So.
Yeah.
Wait,
I felt like the guy that they used.
What?
Yeah.
You don't want to stare at a guy's junk when you're doing the character customization?
You might have to.
Is that what you look at? That's a personal choice. They don't make you stare at it.
No, but I'm just. Tell Mando sending him back kisses. Okay.
Okay, so inheritance. You look at what you want.
Drew, did you ever see that poem that What's-From-Face and I wrote? Parrot Head? Because Parrot Head always says "Beware the Drew," so I made a joke poem. It's like "Beware the Drew, for he will screw." So don't let him go near you.
We'll have to check that out. That's awesome.
No, but yeah, the customization. I don't know, but usually I don't play usually I play as a character to make him look like me, but in CyberPunk I may just play as a chick. I don't know. I planned on playing as both at some point. So.
Oh yeah. I think you're gonna get. This is gonna be like GTA 5, because I think I've done. I don't know how many times you guys have played through GTA 5, but I've played through that maybe.
The story, but I did the multiplayer a lot.
Oh yeah. I think I've played through it 6 times. Because I wanted to see all the alternate endings, and I got to my completionist stuff where I wanted to do all the side stories and everything else. So, and then of course I played the multiplayer. And while that's fun and all, and I know that there's a huge fan base for that, I think that Cyberpunk's is going to be much more rewarding and intricate, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that the way that they're going to monetize their multiplayer is going to be as confiscatory, because they don't strike me as a company that's going to.
No, they've even said in the past, like, why would we want to alienate our customers?
Yeah,
that's like a paraphrase quote. It's.
Yeah, I think all of us do that, and that's why it's so disappointing, Drew, when.
I only have one chick character in World of Warcraft.
I don't have any.
I
don't have any chick characters. Usually, I just try to make a character of me. So
my character is a death knight, a redhead, blood elf, and her name is Gonorrhea.
Well done.
See, I'm weird with my chick characters. Like, so if it's a certain class, like a healer or something, it has to be a chick. Like, because your old school RPGs, the chick was always like the healer. So that's what I do, or like a mage or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is I like playing like World of Warcraft. I think I was 50-50 on chicks to dudes. That's the thing is when I see stories where it says that say that guys don't play as girl characters or girls aren't welcome in video games or any of that garbage, it pisses me off because I'm like, oh wait a minute.
Yeah.
You should see all
I have two friends that I know.
You should see all the female chicks.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Mando.
Oh, I was saying I know two guys, like two of my friends, like they play as chicks, for the obvious reason of why they like they play as chicks so they can stare at them.
Yeah, that's not why I do it, but I like, for example, like in Fallout 4, I played as a female most of the characters. I did the same thing with Skyrim. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I always get immense pleasure out of like watching some badass chick beat the pants off some cool monster or whatever.
So this is the image I'm screen sharing here. This is a image from the 2018 Gamescom demo that they showed off.
Yeah,
like a 48-hour.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the Maelstrom game because they mentioned the Maelstrom in the live stream that they just had this morning. So I figured I'd screenshot. So this is why they were confusing the Maelstrom. Like she asked, it's not the Maelstrom game because the Maelstrom game, they cyber mod themselves beyond like what is considered normal. Like you can see, like the guy's skull is carved out and replaced with and that's a lot of them.
They showed a character that was fully essentially a cyborg. With only
that was Adam Smasher, who was that's another thing that was cool is they confirmed, because I mean we all knew this, but maybe someone who wasn't following the news as closely as I am or you guys are wouldn't know this, but the Cyberpunk 2077 is a sequel to the Cyberpunk 2020 board game. It's being written by the same
I never
guy,
played the old stuff, so this is all new hat for me.
So this is so it's a sequel, and they actually said that in the live stream, which I thought was cool, because now people actually know that they said it themselves in a public thing and not just in an offhand interview that I saw originally.
Mm-hmm.
How old is
here's that cyborg guy here. I can screen share it.
Dang, yeah, I didn't even know about that. So with the whole share audio, right?
Yeah, you don't really want to. You don't want to get claimed. Yeah.
No, it's a GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Check that out. It's
cool.
It's 100% cyborg character, and there are so many different characters in this that have carried over in the lore. So I think
Johnny Silverhand is a Cyberpunk 2020 character.
Yep.
Do you guys think that they're
played
going
by Keanu Reeves?
Consciousness and stuff like Ghost in the Shell, how they do with the brains and the what the mind is?
I'll try to get into this without spoilers, but essentially Johnny Silverhand is not actually there.
Yep.
He's there, but he's not physically there. So in 2020, his girlfriend Alt Cunningham digitized her consciousness, and after when she died or whatever, so she's still alive, but she's not physically alive anymore. She's a digital being, and she's now they actually showed this off in one of their trailers, I think earlier this year or late last year, where they had where you have V going into a tub full of ice, and they have you go into the cyberspace, and there's a giant wall, and so essentially there is no internet anymore because the internet was infected with this mega virus, and so there's essentially a wall that blocking, like a giant firewall blocking off the internet from what's left of the internet, which is now more localized. Like you have to actually connect things physically and all that. So in the internet, Alt Cunningham's still there. She's still alive, and Johnny Silverhand's still trying to find her.
Yeah, and they
kind of reminds me of Tales from the Borderlands with Handsome Jack uploading his consciousness to I forget the main character's name in that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's and what's really going to be neat about any of that is there isn't like the network that we think of as the internet per se, like Mando was explaining, but they also have like near field networks and stuff that you can manipulate locally. So that'll be cool, which is part of the whole. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's exactly right. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, there are so many different elements to this. I don't think people realize just how in depth this gameplay will be. I don't think, in fact, most people will never have played any game that is anything like this. I mean, outside of maybe the upcoming Watch Dogs 3, some of the gameplay from Watch Dogs 3 Legion. I don't.
They're ambitious in different ways. Whereas, Watch Dogs 3, every NPC is playable, and you have to recruit them and all that.
Yeah.
I know myself and a lot of other guys want to have like an army of assassin grandmas.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We cannot run for our lives, but we will be able to kill you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nice to see games like this. Like they're actually making new grounds that are being ambitious because when I watched because I did the PS5 feature of gaming live stream, I did that and the Avengers war table reveal that they had yesterday. I did both of those live on my Twitch, and you can see them on my YouTube channel, Cast in Shadows. I reacted to those live, and I didn't see anything that really broke game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, maybe, but aside from that, nothing really was like, whoa, like this is new, this is exciting. It was all same old, and I'm not someone who has like the budget that can get any game he wants. I don't have much of a budget at all. I have to be very selective of what games I want. So for someone
that's
like
how
me,
I've been
and many others like me, we can't just get every single game that comes out. And so you have to get the games that you're really interested in and that you really want to play and stuff. So and I didn't see anything from the PS5 one. Like really, Hitman 3.
Like 2014 forward. That's how I've been. Like,
yeah.
I wait for stuff now. Like I pick stuff that I know is going to be good or looks
that's
really
the thing.
good.
You should wait anyways, but it's like there's nothing to get me excited for it when it comes out.
Yeah,
well, and the question is, how many people, were just blindly pre-ordering games that were said to be good prior to maybe 2017?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say most people were, and now everybody's been awakened to the fact that you don't want to pre-order something that's gonna be garbage because the shill media is saying it's good.
Pre-order period. The whole pre-ordering.
I don't pre-order.
I don't really pre-order stuff, but
I would think Cyberpunk 2077. But
that's why I was
pre-ordering.
Sorry.
Pre-ordering in general is just very bad because that's why we have these games that are half-finished, half-baked messes. Because they're like, oh, we have your money now. We don't have to put much effort into it.
Yeah, like I don't think it's so much. So the first part where you said that the pre-orders, that's why we get games that are not quite finished. The thing is that when you make a pre-order, that is essentially a contract with the user to when you're coming out, and so that's what ends up happening though is that we get unfinished games.
Right, and that's another thing too. Is pre-ordering. You're more cementing that release date.
That's also why
to build on what you're saying. Yeah, that it's because that means they have to get it out by that time. Whereas Cyberpunk, they keep pushing it back because they know, okay, it's not going to be finished by this. We need a few more days or a few more weeks in order to prove things and optimize or whatever. So,
because of all the like you were talking about the media and stuff and the hype of games. I wasn't really looking at Cyberpunk at first when all the hype blew up, because or even back in the when the hype started, it got leaked and all that stuff. I was like, it's just another game, because there's so much hype around games now.
There was just a cinematic trailer that was made by a third party. Yeah, that was it at the time. And
once I see something, then I'm about it.
2018 was really the first time we actually saw anything about
real.
Actual in-game footage and all that, because that reveal trailer in 2013, it was outsourced by a third party, so that really has nothing to do with the game other than this is the visual aesthetics and everything. Yeah,
it was a look and feel kind of a like a release. Yeah, it was like this is This is how it's going to feel to play the game. This is how it's kind of going to look. This is so. But when we got the 90 minutes of gameplay that we got, in total, from 2018 to 2019, that changed everybody's mind. I think. Everybody's like, yeah, this is the real deal. And I wouldn't have expected anything less than that because of CD Projekt Red's amazing. I mean, The Witcher 3 is still fully playable, and enjoyable from beginning to end, even if you don't have the DLC. And if you have the DLC, I mean, you can get 65, 75, 85, 95 hours into a game like that, just like Fallout 4. I mean, or Fallout 3. There's a handful of games that you're going to get that kind of satisfaction. Skyrim, for example, something that's not an MMORPG.
I'm still not down with that.
A big thing for me when I play a game is how many times can I replay this? Like, can I replay this till the end of time? Like, that's why I love games like Halo and stuff, because I can play it, because it also helps that I love the story of Halo, but I can play Halo endlessly. I can play games like Cyberpunk eventually when it comes out, based on the story at least, endlessly. And I'm comparing two different FPS versus an RPG, where RPGs usually have alternate endings and all that, whereas FPS typically doesn't. So, but that's even harder to do when you have no alternate endings. Is can you replay this without getting bored? Like, oh, I'm bored of the story. I already know how it ends. So.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. There will be decisions that will alter your experience in this game. And that's, again, there's so many different elements that are in this that I think, and I know I compared it inaccurately, but somewhat accurately maybe to Mass Effect experience, where there are some consequences to some things that you do along the way. So, yep. I'm excited. Based on some of the leaks, I'm overly excited. Maybe and I show it right now. I look like I'm well, you guys want to shuffle into another subject? We want to keep diving on this one. What do you want to do?
It doesn't matter to me.
The Tony Hawk thing.
Okay, so let's. I don't know if any of you follow skate games. I know they're a little passé. They're very 1990s or whatever. And I loved pro skater games. I loved the Tony Hawk games. I was just a huge fan, and being somebody who actually skateboarded as a young person, back when Dogtown existed, it was a real thing. And there's a difference between a remaster and just remaking a game, and most remakes are just remasters of the same game. This was touted as a remaster, but now we're getting a bunch of kids that weren't in the original game doing their own signature tricks and changing and essentially they're putting in forced diversity. And this is a conversation that actually, it's funny that he just showed up. The memes of destruction, and I kind of started a little bit on YouTube. And again, I don't really care if they made a fresh game, make a fresh game. But this is not a remaster. It's a remaster in name only. We're ending up with kids that are going to make these adult skaters that were in the original game look, different, or, these kids are going to look better. Well, no kidding. The sport has evolved, because of all of these older people.
A lot of these, like, even I was reading some of the article beforehand, and it's like, like a lot of the new guys that are being added to the game grew up playing this game. And so they kind of got all the moves from there and just added or tweaked it to their own style or whatever. So and again, I don't have anything wrong if they wanted to make a new Tony Hawk game featuring these kids and having some repeat appearances from the old pros. That's something else entirely. But it like I said, you're basically taking the same old game, or these two games in this situation, slapping a new coat of paint on it, with some slight visual improvements, and then interjecting all these other things. And I can see it from the other side too. And this is the thing. This is the cool thing about being friends with memes of destruction online, is he offers a balanced perspective, and he's 100% right. I mean, I can see it from that side, right? I can, but I hate that this isn't a remaster, guys. This is a new game on old. It's an old coat of it's an old shed with a new coat of paint.
Here's the thing
That's
like
true.
remasters, if you just make it's a lot of work to like remake because you have to make everything anew. Back then, I think you're underestimating how far the graphics have come from then to now. Like, so it's gonna be it's a really nice coat of paint. But if they're keeping the original characters, they're not replacing the people who.
That's my worry is that they're gonna because this is Activision and Activision is very well known for their monetization schemes like EA and Bethesda are. So
Well, that's the thing.
at least try to charge you for maybe some of the old characters or something like their new characters or something.
Back in the day, it was like skating. If we're being real, skating was a white boys game. Like they took it to the next level. It was no. In the pro skating thing, it started with in Dogtown, freaking what they called those guys. It was a little crew of like crazy white kids. Doing tricks in pools and you fall in that dirty water. But now it's everywhere. And so I don't see a problem with if they're as long as they're respecting the roots, because remasters need some new content. People generally want new.
Sure. So change up the skate parks. Change up the skate parks. I mean, you have all of the animations, you have all the everything else for the skaters that were there originally. And consider this. I was at Del Mar Skate Ranch back when all of these guys were skating when they were kids. That's how old I am, guys. Tony Hawk was in the keyhole at Del Mar Skate Ranch, and at the same time I was skating the same park. So I'm just telling you. My dad went to the racetrack and I went to the skate park. That's what we did.
And that's also another thing is the animations. Are they going to add new animations or are they just going to reuse the animations?
No, they can't reuse the old animations. It's not very highly unlikely. They're gonna probably have to they'll be forced to redo them.
And I hope so.
Well, didn't they with the remaster on what was it 360 and stuff? Didn't they like redo a bunch of stuff in that already? Yeah, and wouldn't they
it's already been
use the assets and stuff from that?
Exactly. Yeah, they built out some stuff, and like I said, I mean, if you're gonna make a new game, make a new game. If you're gonna reskin a game, okay. I just don't say this is a remaster because it's not the same game anymore. That's the thing that bothers me. I know it's dumb that's gonna bother somebody like me, but I played this game already. I was looking forward to playing it again on with better visuals and better effects. So. And I get it. Yeah. I mean, some people are like, "Oh wow, we're getting new characters." Yeah, but it's forced diversity at this point. And while we have maybe a broader skate broader group of skate enthusiasts and fans and all of that. I'm telling you right now, if you were at the Del Mar Skate Ranch in the '80s, it was pretty dang broad. Everybody was skating, boys, girls, and every color of the rainbow. So, I probably still have pictures. So,
I don't think it's diversity. If these are real pro skaters that are out there, making it happen, and they're just trying to bring them into the mix. I'm pretty sure they're gonna. I'm hoping, and pretty sure they're gonna give us new maps and stuff. Also, so it's gonna be a remaster and then some new stuff. Or thanks for coming back. I know you've already played this game. Here's some new stuff for you, and so
it's not so much a problem with that. It's not so much a negative. It's just a bonus. I don't really see much of a negative yet. I'm just skeptical because of,
unless they start virtue signaling about it, then I feel like that
about the monetization and how they're going to do that if they do
that too.
Because knowing all these AAA gaming publishers.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
We don't know anything about it yet,
especially because you can customize your board and all that stuff in that, and down to like every little thing
for a blue. Skateboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so.
Okay, memes. Like I said, memes. You and I respect your opinion greatly. I get it. I just don't have to like it. Because I mean, I'm on these games to replay them as they were, and maybe that's the get off my lawn kids attitude when it comes to that. And I know that they're going to be incorporating an element that I liked, which is a more customized, a course builder that you can do. I know that that's getting updated in this game. I know that, the opportunity to use the older skaters is going to be there, but it just, I'm afraid of the monetization also. It did. Yeah. It had a level builder. Yeah. Course builder. Yeah. But, I'm worried, like Mando is, that, Blizzard will monetize it. So we're going to get like, this course and this special set of wheels and this deck. And, this is all going to cost you an extra $3.
You actually had to have skill and unlock everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, just look at pretty much any game they've made in the last few years, and not just them. EA and Bethesda as well. But just
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Also, I just want to point out, because we're talking about remasters and how like this is a remaster but it's new content. It's not the first. I mean, keep in mind, Halo 2 anniversary came out 2004 with the launch of the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One. It added Forge to Halo 2 anniversary, which was introduced in Halo 3. So that was a huge new feature. And
then in the new levels, in the new levels in that, and there is a new anniversary Halo game coming out too. I think I saw the other day.
Halo 2 was the last anniversary game. Halo
was it?
Up next, then Halo ODST, and then Halo 4. In terms of coming to the Master Chief Collection on PC.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I need to brush up on that, because I haven't had a chance to play Halo in a while.
It's been 3 years since the Halo 3 anniversary, and they didn't make
Halo. Boo. Halo's lame.
Hey, you're wrong.
Halo's super lame.
Hey, I've been playing Paladin lately.
Boo, Halo.
That's only because you work for Blizzard.
Then they subject us to freaking Destiny and Destiny 2. Ugh, terrible.
Some people like that.
Destiny was
Some people
bad,
like Destiny
and then they just
It's
took
not also
that turd,
the same
shined
thing.
it up real nice, and presented us Destiny 2, and expected people to buy it.
Oh, Destiny, I've only played the first Destiny. I actually have Destiny 2. I got it for free, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
same.
it's free on. But I hated the first one so bad I didn't play. Like, I played the intro and went, yeah, I'm not playing this game.
I thought the first one
has some good improvements, but still not about it.
I thought the first one was okay. I just got bored fast. Like, it was fun. It's just there wasn't really anything else to do, because it's like, look, it's open world and you go from one location to another and this and that, kind of. But at the same time, it's still your like traditional FPS. And the story was not grasping at all to me, and that's a major problem in a game for me. Is like I need to be grasped by the story, the gameplay.
Yeah, they're just trying to be cool, but there's no, like in Destiny 2, there's no direction. Like your robot wakes you up, and then you're like, okay, cool, and then you go to the tower, and then what? Like there's no direction. There's no like person there's no like the story. It's so weak, and then the raids were contrived. I'm gonna just start bitching about Destiny 2.
Well, I can see where you're coming from, Kai. I really can, because if you're looking at a more fleshed out MMORPG, or even a better fleshed out open world game. Like for example, I reloaded the Ghost Recon Wildlands recently. Where you're in Peru, and I have to tell you, that experience all over again was amazing, because to talk about an open world game, you can literally travel the entire map at any point in time, no matter if you're ready for it or not. And, truly open world experiences like that, are desirable, in my opinion. I don't like linear storytelling. I mean, storytelling's fine. Linear storytelling's fine. I misspoke. What I don't like is linear gameplay, where because I got over that in the 80s and 90s when I was done with platforming games, like Mario, or Donkey Kong. I was done with that.
Yeah, that's
why there's actually a couple platforming games.
Sorry. Say again.
Sorry, what work you're cutting in and out?
Me?
No, I couldn't hear Merc. Merc, like,
Oh,
it was
better?
what he was saying.
Oh, saying that this is why I like the original Assassin's Creed games, because it was open world, but you have to get to the mission objective on your own, not like, okay, you finish this mission and it goes to the next mission. And the same thing with like the classic Spider-Man games and all that. So
yeah, and that's the other thing, I like the ability to turn on and off the quest indicators, and just naturally come across the gameplay. Always thought that was a good option to have, to let it evolve within whatever you experienced. So, because to me, that's truly open world. I'm not being led by the nose to the next thing. I mean, I guess that's a carryover from one of the Final Fantasy games where you could turn on and off the quest markers. But there are several games since then that
I think
that adopted
Ghost
that.
Ghost of Tsushima is doing that, where the wind essentially guides you to to a direction. That's how you know where to go.
That actually looks pretty good too.
Like, there's no markers or anything, so that's pretty cool.
And I see
exclusive, so screw that.
Yeah, and I see games going that way more and more often. To something that's a little more a little more free for gameplay, which is what I'm hoping for out of CyberPunk, to be honest with you. I keep coming back to that, but I think it's the only real blockbuster of a game that we're going to get this year. So
yeah, I would say maybe Halo Infinite as well, just because it's kind of they're trying very hard to mirror Halo CE with its release. It's the launch title with the Xbox Series X. They have Halo Shadows of Reach, a book coming out around the same time, just as Halo The Fall of Reach came out before Halo CE did, and everything like that. So and even the cover art on the book is essentially like a direct
I guess I should finally finish 4 and 5 then.
But yeah, no, Halo. Here's my problem: is I'm optimistically skeptical, because I love Halo, and from what I've seen, they're listening to the fans. I mean, as you can tell, the profile picture I'm using right now is how Master Chief looks in Halo Infinite. This is from the opening cutscene of the game. He looks like Master Chief again. Yeah. He looks like he's from Halo again, not whatever the old armor design. Like, they're listening to the fans, and that's good. You can see that where they're bringing back the classic Halo art style. They're bringing back the more traditional Halo storytelling. Like, that's why the game is a spiritual reboot and harkening back to Halo CE. So they're listening to the fans.
Yeah, and they're going back after the people who really fell in love with the Master Chief and everything else. So I mean, that's just that's the smart way to go. But I'm going to excuse myself, guys. Yeah, I'm going to step off, you guys. I really appreciated being here this time, Angelus. This is great. I love this. This is a good live stream. And I'm looking forward to next week's stream as well. So I will see you guys soon. Peace.
Have a good one, man.
Right, take care.
Yeah, talk to you later. All right, so I was saying the problem is, though, they have a really bad tracker. Halo 4, I thought it was okay. The story wasn't terrific, but it wasn't bad. I wasn't a huge fan of the gameplay. And then Halo 5 was just abysmal. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the Forge multiplayer maps some people have made are really fun, but the story was, well, it's bad to say the least. And the gameplay it's trying to be something it's not. Like, it's not Halo.
I only did, what was it, that Spec Ops thing or whatever in 4 that you could play. Or the Spartan Ops. Yeah, Spartan Ops. That's all I played.
That was a cool concept. I wanted them to build on that.
Yeah, but I never finished the story.
That you can play with your friends, and like it's essentially like, what if we had Halo Reach met a traditional Halo game, where your character that you create is the character in the campaign, right? Like in Halo Reach or in Spartan Ops, where your Spartan you make is the Spartan of the fire team, and you're a Spartan of a 4-player fire team, and you get to play this campaign. I thought that was excellent. I wanted to see that further developed, but unfortunately it didn't.
Yeah.
I think Halo's lame. Sorry, I've got nothing on this topic.
That's okay.
I have my younger cousin was all into Halo. He was a kid. I was in college, and I knew about the spoilers for the Halo game that ends in a cliffhanger. that like no one was ready for. I don't remember. It was like 2 or
I think 2. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of that ends on a cliffhanger.
yeah. So that one, I knew that was coming. I just happened to be there when he experienced it. And he's sitting there playing it, and I was like, "So what's up? Like, do you hop back and forth between the alien and Master Chief? Like, yeah. So now I get to play as Master Chief, and there's like the cinematic. He's like, "Now I'm gonna finish the mission," and he like, boom, he jumps out, and then credits roll, and I was like, oh, "It's happening!" And I looked at his face, and he was like. What? And I watched him process it. And then once he had processed it, I jumped in front of the TV and
yeah, people hated that, but in retrospect, it's actually pretty cool just because Halo 3 made it cooler with their intro.
Yeah.
Well, that and the live action trailer for Halo 3, Halo Landfall. Like, if you ever want to get like a taste of what a Halo movie should be like, watch Halo Landfall. That is perfect.
Is it a fan film or is it official?
No, it's official. Bungie made it for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a bunch of the Halo games they did like live action ones.
They
for
did
them,
one
and they
for
were amazing.
Reach, they did one for 4, and they did 2 for 5. So,
yeah.
All right.
The ones for 5 were not that great though. I still think the best one is Halo 3's Landfall, and then Halo Reach's Deliver Hope. Both the best live action trailers that Halo's made.
Yeah.
Well.
So what else do we want to talk to about?
Halo. Not about Halo no more.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry for going off topic on
Halo no
Halo.
more.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, well, because Culture Casino was telling me about the Pokemon MOBO.
What?
I don't know either. He just told
I
me.
don't know.
I don't even know what you said.
have no idea.
Pokemon MOBO? That's what he said in the message.
Mobile?
MOBO. I don't know what that means.
Oh, MOBA?
Game?
Oh, MOBA. A Pokemon MOBA?
I don't know.
That'd be coolish.
I'm going to.
I'd rather have a Pokemon MMO.
I would too.
That. I want to be a Pokemon trainer.
That would be awesome.
And go out and catch stuff. And you can choose your class. Do you want to be a cool trainer? You get a free
I
pair
don't want to be a Pokemon trainer. I want to be Team Rocket. I want to be Team Rocket, man.
Whatever kind of trainer. And then join Team Rocket or Team Rainbow.
that'd be awesome.
all the teams. You could join a gang. You could.
Yeah, so it's a MOBA. So,
that'd be dope.
Looking at it right now.
Interesting.
I would love that. And then you run around picking fights with people, throwing your Pokemon at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing about Pokemon, though, is that those games are like the lifeblood of a whole economic ecosystem for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So when, like, there was a delay in, was it Gold and Silver, or so the ones after that, maybe in that time,
Ruby and Sapphire.
there was a delay in Ruby and Sapphire. It was one of those that there was a delay, and so in the cartoon they didn't have a story to follow along with the game. So then we got like the Orange Island season, and so we did the Orange Islands, and that was them just making stuff up with existing content while the game gets finished. And so the games, that's why like the games got to come out when they got to come out, because they have everything planned around it. They have the show planned around it, and the show goes into production like way beforehand. So they've got the show planned and synced up with it. They've got what's it called? Other things, toys, toys and stuff. Like everything's like ready to go. It's all on a schedule, and it all revolves around a new Pokemon game. So a new Pokemon game comes out with new Pokemon and a new story and everything, and then the cartoon follows that world, that continent, etc. And then So do all the card game and the toys and all the stuff. It's all new things. So they're like a well-oiled machine.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I went off on a
Did
bit
you
of
guys catch that Avengers thing yesterday?
I didn't get. I watched some. Yeah, I
So
watched
they-
some of it that Ripa was showing, but other than that, I didn't get to see all of it.
Yeah, it's you're not missing out much. Like they showed some gameplay, like at least new gameplay as opposed to the same trailer over and over. But I mean the gameplay is nothing. As I was saying earlier, it's nothing new. It's nothing special. Like in the flight mechanics for like Thor specifically look really clunky and slow.
I did like the talent stuff that they were showing with it. That looked pretty interesting, but
I didn't see none of it,
yeah.
so I can't contribute.
And the co-op should be interesting with it. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But it has potential to be
Oh, yeah,
good,
yeah.
but then it also has a lot of potential to be bad.
Well, it is a live service, and that's what worries me. It's because we haven't had a good live service yet. So
We're talking about the Avengers thing, right?
yes, we're
Yeah.
into the Avengers game.
Yeah, because is that Mobile Strike? That memes is asking in the chat. The Mobile Strike Force.
No.
No.
Is publishing a Avengers game developed by Crystal Dynamics. It's called Marvel's Avengers. It's coming out, I think, September this year
Yeah,
for
something
all
like that.
platforms.
And then they're shoehorning Kamala Khan in there.
Oh yeah, so
Like,
it's the
just-
it's the Avengers game where Kamala Khan's the main playable protagonist and the main
Yeah.
character in the story.
Mm,
Mhm.
okay, of course.
Yeah.
What I like your
Uh,
icon, by the way, Mando. What's that about?
It's it's one of two logos I made for my Ultimate channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I made it from scratch. So
I like it. It's cute
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
spidery. It's got a cat.
Yep.
All right. Do we want to wrap or do we got more?
I don't have nothing specific that I want to talk about, but I can talk about whatever.
Okay.
in terms of game stuff, I haven't heard anything new.
Mhm.
Aside from the CyberPunk stuff, and I keep hearing more and more hoopla about The Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of done with that train wreck
I never got on
at
it.
this point.
I never got on it. I'm not a Last of Us 2 fan. Never played the game. Never got interested in it. So
We need websites that aren't gonna do that and like turn off user comments and stuff.
yeah,
In fact, the user
Oh,
only
yeah,
site
it's
would be
ridiculous.
nice. User reviews only.
Mhm.
Right.
And then it's critic bullcrap. That would be nice.
Mhm.
I need to learn to build better websites. But all right, yeah. If I want to wrap, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get food
Yeah.
then.
All right. You want to plug anything you're doing there, Kai?
I just right now I just do my games. I'm looking into doing live like game streaming, but right now it's just every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Trivia Battle Arena. It's like Jeopardy but with lightning bolts and stuff, and you can steal people's points. Yeah.
are there lightning
Draven
rounds?
was on Draven was on this week's this.
Yeah, it
past
was. It was
Monday's show.
fun.
You did all right.
Yeah, I did. I got second, but yeah. Yeah.
You almost got third.
Yeah, I know. I was doing really bad.
What type of trivia do
Um,
you do? Is it just anything, or is it like genre specific?
It's not genre specific. I do like it depends on the players I have. I try to tailor it to them. Sometimes I make up ridiculous topics like words that start with ass or finish the lyric. And so the topics are all over the place.
Sounds awesome.
You should tune in, man.
Like
It's a
this
lot
one,
of fun.
last one was what was it? Hottest legendary dudes
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. Legendary hot dudes and legendary
Legendary
babes
hotties.
and stuff.
It was sexy
Yeah,
muscle.
legendary hotties.
Legendary hotties.
Why do I get the
Yeah,
feeling that
yeah.
Arnold was picked like 17 times in that?
No, there's no Arnold.
No
No.
Arnold.
But there was Selena.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, this
I got
this
that wrong. That's where I lost most of my points.
Yeah, I felt bad, but I was like, oh yeah, I don't expect him to know this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, how about you, Mando?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got I got two channels. I got Mando Merc, which is where I do all my gameplay and stuff. I just do gameplay videos, and I do live streams on Twitch. Like see right here. And then I have my second channel, Cast in the Shadows, where I do my monthly podcast talking about pretty much everything escapism, and then every now and then we'll do like gaming specific news videos. And you can kind of see some of the private videos here. This is the live stream I did yesterday for the Avengers thing I had to upload.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But yeah, so here's my other channel, Mando Merc. You can come check out games. I have like 5 gameplay videos I still haven't uploaded due to time. But yeah, it's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Oh, and I have a next episode of Cast in the Shadows is July 4th at 9:30 Eastern.
What is Cast in the Shadows?
It's my podcast. So we do live streams on Twitch. So all the episodes are live on Twitch, and then we upload them to YouTube later. And it's essentially our podcast on gaming, on movies, comics, what have you, whatever the big news was of that month.
All right,
So
I'll have to check it out.
cool, man.
and the next episode is 9:30 p.m. Eastern on July 4th. So bit of a Independence Day special.
Nice. All right,
Awesome.
everybody. Go support these other. Oh, wrong way. Support these guys and down here. And thanks for joining us. We'll be here next Thursday, same time. And you know where to find me. I think we're on your channel, Kai, next week.
I think so. The Atlantean, I think, is still on a bit of a break, so it's probably going to be on my channel.
Okay.
Most likely.
So make sure you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to Kai here on YouTube, and same on Twitter, right? It's Kai.
I'm Kai MFS with an underscore at the end. Or probably the only Kai MFS. So yeah.
And we'll be able to notify you guys when we go live and everything. So, thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Anytime.